Hello, this is James Helm of Helm Enterprises Forging Division, standing not as usual in front of my world headquarters south of San Antonio, Texas, but in San Antonio, Texas at the world headquarters of Stonehaven Knife Works, which is run by my buddy Toby Nieto, Forged and Fire Champion. I stand in front of his altar of bones. It's been a little while since I shot a video, and I just wanted to showcase some interesting pieces that I had on hand before they go off to their respective owners. So first up, I've got a double-edged meat cleaver. This one is for a repeat customer. He sent me a sketch and I built this. This is actually pretty close to what he drew. Forged from 5160 steel. Top edge is fully sharpened. It's got a nice two-handed grip with 2 layers of paracord over neoprene, impregnated with West System marine epoxy, which is how the handles on all of these are done that I'm going to show you today. It's a two-handed grip, got an exposed butt on the end, and kind of unusual for me. This was his request. I did a Turk's head knot at the end and at the front of the handle. I will do 2 Turk's head knots on integral socket handles, but usually not on one that's wrapped like this. And this is not a showpiece. This is him wanting to chop up some brush. Designed it where this top edge would be good for taking off dead limbs off of a tree, cutting right against the trunk, and then the main edge for just general brush cutting. Two-handed grip gives you lots of power. It's light enough you can wield it decently one-handed without just totally killing yourself. I also ordered up a companion knife, a Benghazi Warfighter. Same type of wrap. And take the sheath off. This is also forged from 5160. Black Turk's head knot and black underlay with a blue overlay wrap. Okay, next up I've got a double-edged short sword that is actually an older piece. I made this a couple years ago for a good customer who is a Navy SEAL. If you've watched my other videos, you've heard me mention him before. He's my best customer. He liked it. He sent it back to me and said, hey, I haven't actually used this because it has retina searing neon lime for the cord wrap, and it's just not a practical modern day battlefield carry piece. Can you sell this for me and then put the money towards an order for me that I would actually carry in the field? And I said, sure, no problem. So I put it up for sale, and a customer who had seen it when it first was made and liked it ended up snatching it. And I made the offer that if someone would buy it, I would rewrap the handle and I would make a new sheath, since I've improved my methods of doing both of those. And I would rewrap in the colors they wanted. So he wanted the same neon underlay, black overlay, but then he also ordered up a blue Turk's head knot and a tan sheath. So I'm sending him the original sheath also. It still fits, it's fine. It's just, I don't know if you can see in this at this angle, but there's a lot more definition and tighter fit with the new tan sheath than there is with the old black one. If you are working kydex with a heat gun or a toaster oven or an electric griddle, do yourself a favor, invest in a t-shirt press to heat it up. I do kydex for my own stuff. I'm not a full-time kydex guy. It is still one of the best investments I made in tooling for my shop. I have a 16 by 24 press because I do long blades sometimes. I do up to about an 18-inch blade. So 16 by 24 is perfect to get long blades like this. If you do shorter blades, you can get a 16 by 16, cover your needs. But it holds the temperature nice and steady. You can run it hotter without melting the kydex. Once it comes up to temperature, which is 330 degrees, you put the kydex in for literally 1 minute and it comes out all nice and noodly and molds very nicely around whatever it is that you're making a sheath for. And finally, I've got a couple of Tontos here. The smaller one, when I was making the blade, before I ever put an edge on it, before I put a handle on it, I thought of it as the mean little sucker, because it is very pointy. It wants to make holes. It's not as big as the other blades here. It's about a 7-inch blade. When I was making it, I kept thinking of the Seal, who is my best customer. It's like, this would go really well on his gear. So I took it to a knife show, sold a bunch of knives there, but this one did not sell at the show, so I said, you know, I'll just give it to him. So that's what I'm doing. He's on deployment right now overseas. When he gets back, I'll send this to him. It's also 5160. All these blades are 5160. Neoprene foundation with black paracord on top, then with a tan paracord overlay on top of that with West System Marine epoxy. I like this shape. I will be revisiting this shape in the future. I had some people actually ask to buy it after the show, and I said, yeah, I'm going to give this one to the Seal, but I'll be making some more at some point in the future. And this 12-inch blade Otonto, it's the only one out of the bunch that I have that is currently available for sale. This is also 5160. I actually made a pair of Otontos. Starting with the same size of stock, I did not measure what I started with, but it was both 1/4 inch. And I forged them out. This one I forged out with a shorter, fatter blade. And the other one I forged out into a longer, narrower blade. That one sold. But I named them Abbott and Costello after the old comedy team. Short, fat guy with the tall, thin guy. So this is Costello, the short, fat one. This is a stout sucker. Feels good in the hand. It's got a extra beefy grip on it. Kydex sheath with a couple of webbing slots. It's set up where you can wear it in any of the normal tactical positions. You can put a molly locks on it, you can put a combat loop or a tech lock, but you can also run a piece of webbing through and attach on your belt for a horizontal edge up carry like a traditional Japanese Otonto would be carried. You know, there's not anything that's particularly traditional about this, but the carry system can be semi-traditional. So like I said, this is the only one in the video that is currently available. It is $500 for the Otanto. It's $50 for the sheath. Normally I charge extra for adding the strap slots. This one I'm not, so $50 for the sheath, $500 for the Otanto, $550 for a handmade 12-inch bladed Tonto. In conclusion, no, that was cheesy.
Cheese is good.
Especially Munster.
Or provolone.
Munster better.
Perhaps Wensleydale. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
In conclusion, this is just looking at some of the neat stuff that I had on hand before I went off to customers. It's been a while since I posted a video, and just want to show y'all still out here, still active, still sweating and feeding the mosquitoes, making cool blades. I've got more stuff in the works. I'll be shooting more video later. I've got 3 new tomahawk designs that as soon as I get the sheaths done for them, the sheath tooling, then I will be shooting some destructive videos with that. So that's largely dependent on how soon I can get CAD files built and get the pieces cut out and test them out. But there are 3 new designs, not the original 3. They will not be replacing the original 3, they're supplementing them. They're a little more specialized designs. But got some neat stuff on the way, and keep watching. To the beat, y'all, to the beat, y'all. I'm dancing a jig with my feet, y'all.